Hello, friends. Now we are going to talk about the different kinds of guardians and the powers and duties which they have with reference to their wards. So, first of them is the natural guardian of a Hindu minor. The natural guardian of a Hindu minor, in respect of his person as well as his property, is the father, and after him, the mother, provided that the custody of the minor who has not completed the age of 5 years shall ordinarily be with the mother. In case of an illegitimate boy or an illegitimate girl, the mother is the first guardian and then after her is the father. In case of a married girl, the husband is the natural guardian. However, this third category is now no longer prevalent because under the Hindu law, minor can not marry because of the Child Marriage Abolition Act, provided that no person shall be entitled to act as a natural guardian of a minor under the provisions of this section if he has ceased to be a Hindu or has completely renounced the world, that is, has taken Vanaprasthashram or become a sannyasi. And father and mother in this section do not include stepfather and stepmother. So, natural guardians are not step parents. In case of an adopted son or a daughter, the natural guardianship of the person passes to the adoptive father and after him the adoptive mother. The powers of the natural guardian include taking any provisions relating to the person of the minor for the benefit of the minor, but in no case whatever provision whatever actions the guardian has taken are binding as a personal covenant on the minor. However, the natural guardian shall not, without the previous permission of the court, mortgage or charge or transfer by sale, gift, or exchange, or otherwise any part of the immovable property of the minor. If at all he has to lease the property, the maximum term of lease is 5 years. And if at all the minor is going to become a major, then the maximum term in such a case cannot go beyond 1 year more than the term or age of majority of the minor child. Any disposal of immovable property by the natural guardian in contravention to the earlier section is voidable at the instance of the minor or by any person claiming under him. No court shall grant permission to the natural guardian to do any acts mentioned in the earlier subsection 2 except in case of necessity of an evident advantage to the minor. For all the provisions of Guardians and Wards Act with respect to obtaining permission of the court are applicable for even the natural guardians. The court shall observe the procedure. The proceedings in connection shall be deemed to be under Section 4A of the Guardians and Wards Act. An appeal can lie in order of the court refusing permission, and all the procedure can be followed accordingly. The next category of guardians are testamentary guardians. A Hindu father is entitled to act as a natural guardian of his minor child, and in that authority, that father can appoint a guardian with respect of either the person of the minor or the property of the minor, or in respect of both. This can be done by making a will in which this provision has been incorporated, that I give my guardianship of my child to X or to Y or to whoever person concerned it may be. So, if at all any person makes such an appointment and the father makes this appointment and dies before the mother, in such a case, obviously, mother is the natural guardian who is still alive. And if the mother dies and she has made an appointment of a testamentary guardian herself, then the testamentary guardian of the mother will prevail than over the father's testamentary guardian. A Hindu mother is entitled to act as a natural guardian of her minor illegitimate children and by will appoint a guardian for any of them in respect of the minor's person or the property or in respect of both. The guardian so appointed has the same rights as and to act as the guardian after the death of the minor's father or mother, as the case may be, and the right of the guardian so appointed by will shall, where the minor is a girl, cease on her marriage. A minor cannot become a guardian of any other property of any minor. There is another concept of de facto guardian, and such a de facto guardian cannot deal with minor's property. A de facto guardian is a guardian who has not been appointed by court. Therefore, he does not have authority to deal with the property of the minor. If at all there is an undivided interest of property in the joint family property of the minor's family, a separate guardian need not be appointed for such a purposes. In all the cases wherever the question comes, the welfare of the minor can has to be of paramount consideration. Thank you very much.